Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Realness with 3 S's. I'm your host here, Chantele Francis, and we're back for Celebrity Big Brother Season 3 cast assessment and draft picks with my two favorite co-hosts. We have up top Jojo.
Oh, it is
How are you
me.
doing today, Jojo?
You know what? We should use celebrities very loosely here, but another season of Big Brother, I will not complain because I
True,
treat it
true,
like
true.
the actual season. I don't care if
And
there's less.
Jonathan is an expert on celebrities, and he knows who absolutely none of these people are. So, proving your point here, Jojo. How are you doing tonight, Jonathan?
I'm very good. It's Ryland's birthday, so I have to let you all know.
Happy birthday, Ryland.
Happy
And,
birthday, Ryland.
And he doesn't know who half these people are either. So it's not the list that we were promised in rumors.
So, who were you hoping to see on that list? I mean, we know what you're going to say. Tiffany Pollard, New York. She's rumored every single year. So, aside from Tiffany, who were you maybe hoping to see that we aren't seeing this time around?
Shangela, yeah. I think any drag race queen would have been really fun. But looking at the cast now, I'm thinking maybe they didn't want too much drag race alum there because there are 3 drag race connections in this cast.
True. But also Boston Rob, people were going crazy for.
Yeah, but everyone was saying Rob, Johnny Bananas.
And you know what? Like, I know that people don't necessarily want to see Boston Rob again or care to see Bananas again, but they would both bring in the element of Big Brother that I enjoy, and that is gameplay. Sometimes when you stick in these celebrities into the game, into the house, they just stay and they get in the house. You know what I mean? They're not playing necessarily to win. They don't really get how to play. They get rid of the people that are usually the gamers, and you're kind of stuck with people just living in a house that are famous-ish. So I would have loved to see a Boston Rob. I would have loved to see a Johnny Bananas. Anybody else?
Quite. I mean, yeah. There's a bazillion other people than have. I will give credit to the first 2 celebrity American casts. I don't think we ended up with a bad final 2 either time. I think like the final 4 for the both seasons like were good, decent players. Everyone was there to try and win. So I would agree with you that targets were taken out early, but we also saw some gamers make it to the end, and I'd be shocked if we don't see that again.
I also don't mind. It's a short season, obviously. It's celebrity version. I don't mind this being very different from a regular season in the sense of I'm not maybe, and I'm all about the gameplay and the strategy and all that stuff, but I don't mind just the simple fact of seeing celebrities in a house in stressful situations and how they react to that. I think a lot of people do tune in for that. However, you need to know who the celebrities are to appreciate that. So, I mean, I think there are a lot of kind of duds who will just not do a whole lot. I agree. At least the ones that I recognize, I'll be able to, see maybe more of who they are as a person, which is just as interesting to me as if they were playing the game, because there will be people there playing the game. But again, there's a bunch of people I just don't even know and don't care about one way or the other. And if they don't play the game on top of it, then you might as well just be my neighbor joining that house. Like, who cares? Like, why are they paying you all this money to be there?
Well, I have to agree with you that I do enjoy any Big Brother in general, and putting people that are celebrities that are not used to having to wear these stupid costumes or be sprayed with like goop and goos and elephant bubble farts and like, you know what I mean? Like all these wacky, silly things that they put the regular cast through. I do find it generally kind of humorous to be doing this to people that usually take themselves really seriously. So it's nice to see them kind of relaxed a little bit, or if they're going to throw a temper tantrum or a diva moment, like that is actually kind of entertaining. So I'm here for that element that Celebrity Big Brother brings, is the potential for diva moments, or seeing people that you would expect to be a diva being kind of chill and kind of easygoing. So I am excited to see that. I'm wondering if Carson's going to have like a skincare routine or something, you know, where like he's going to be giving like face masks. Like I just want to see people kind of living a little bit day to day. And I think it will be entertaining, even if some people don't know the entire cast as well as we would like to. We have some people joining us. So we have Jelly Donut. Hi, Jelly. So Jelly says, now that I'm out of the depressed, horrible cast phase, I'm sort of looking forward to this season. I think everybody had that moment where just like, oh, now we're kind of like, okay, well, it's coming anyways, and it will be enjoyable no matter what, even if we don't have our favorites.
Mm-hmm.
My little iCarly heart died when I didn't see Miranda Cosgrove or Jerry Trainer. I've never seen iCarly, so I wouldn't have known who that person was.
Miranda's a huge Big Brother super fan and has always talked about wanting to play. So that's why every year people are like, Miranda, this is her year, but I think she might have just had a baby. Correct me if I'm wrong. Babies coming away, all these celebs.
Do you know her, Jonathan?
I know of her. I know what she looks like, but I don't watch any of her.
She's that meme, like where she's like holding, like she's with a laptop, she's holding a drink, like, And they redid it when they did the reboot of iCarly. They redid the meme.
So there's a reboot. So it's old enough that there's a reboot. Wow, I've never seen an episode. I am really sad Todrick is on the cast. He has way too many ties to the main show. That's a thing that I think is a little bit annoying. I always want to see a super fan play, but it seems to me that the reason why Todrick was so generous and open to having the cast of BB23 stay at his house for a month or two after the season ended, I always felt that it was a little bit contrived and that it was with the hopes of having a little bit more spotlight on him and have him be, you know, the producers might be like, oh, he would be great. And like, it would go along with the narrative of, you know, the cookout and having another person of color, you know what I mean? So I felt that like he was using the timing of the cookout to benefit him in a way. And he's also was just on The Masked Singer as well. So I do feel like right now he's pushing his celebrity and his brand, but I kind of feel like he was using a little bit the BB23 cookout.
Yeah, he's also spoken out about obviously being a super fan, but being really good friends with Frankie Grande and Tommy Bronco, which are two.
Those are his favorite players.
And do you know who else he listed? Jordan, Rachel Riley. I'll give it up to him. That's a great pick.
Who's Jordan?
Jordan
Blondie?
Yeah. Yes.
See, this is not super fan answers.
But like two things. So Todrick, pay your backup dancers, by the way. Secondly, I just think that it would be really interesting because sometimes when people want it so bad and it's not going their way, that can make some great TV. So I love the fact that in his head, it's one. You know what I mean? And so it's like I would love to see Todrick at least have some moments of not going their way and just freaking out of it. I just want drama. That's all I want. In 3 weeks, I want drama.
We'll definitely get it from him. Like, he's not sure how he feels about straight men, playing with them. Like, well, good luck. There's probably going to be straight men in the house. And I felt like there was a big disconnect between his written interviews and his like live video interviews. He would seem kind of uncomfortable live, but when writing something, he like seemed to flow and he had a lot to say. So maybe he's not feeling as confident as he thought he was going into it.
Or maybe he feels like he has something to prove.
Yeah.
Hi, Adrian. So Adrian says, talk about how stunning the house is. Like the stairs are actually a good replacement from the spiral. I haven't seen the house. I'll see if I can pull out shots of the house from somewhere. Jojo, you were enthusiastic about this new stunner of a house. What can you tell me about it? Well, I maybe try to find it.
Really, like they really tried to put some money into it, I think. I think the stairs look great, but they do cover the glass sliding door. So there is a sliding door underneath the stairs that you can use, but it's kind of covered with like winter scenery. So I don't know how great that is for spying on the backyard. But they also, in the kitchen, you might notice this when you look at the stairs, they really messed up that poor fridge. That fridge door is a sin. I don't know who did that, who moved it, but they should replace that because I'm not going to be able to stop staring at that fridge door. It's bad.
I'm sure they're going to fix the door, right?
I don't know. It's so dented, and I feel like they don't. If they took the photos and they didn't Photoshop it out, I don't think they care too much.
I haven't seen any.
Wow.
The rooms are cool. Like, the HOH
up.
room is very much BB Can, like Frozen, Superman inspired, but like downgraded. And the other rooms look great.
I don't love BB Can as far as the house setup. It just feels like a set to me. It feels like a stage of sorts. And I actually much always prefer the American US house. So
I will say one more thing about the house, besides there being a sauna. While you're frozen, there's also 12 plates set at the table. And I know that might just be for the photos that they're taking, but there are 12 sets.
Bring in Tiffany.
It's not Tiffany. I mean, what I've been hearing is that whatever price Tiffany may be going for wasn't being honored. So she didn't get what she wanted or what she deserves.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's see if I can get the screen share to work. Today's not been a good internet day.
Come on, internet. Oh, I will also point out that, see that red carpet in the little corner of the Celebrity Big Brother logo? It also looks like everyone's wearing like a real like raggedy ass red sweatshirt in all their photos. You know what I mean?
Like a low rent Santa Claus.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, everyone's wearing this. Okay, cool. Yeah. A raggedy red sweater.
Yeah, I don't love that little.
I'm not sure if you can see this house so far.
No.
Can we see it so far? Oh no, really?
No sharing.
Oh, this is a shame, isn't it? Isn't it? I am sharing right now, and I can see it, but you can't. How annoying!
No.
Am I frozen?
Here and there, but oh, there we go. Now we can.
Hello? You can't see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
We see it.
All right, so this looks pretty nice so far.
I like how big that is. Allows them all to sit down, have some space.
Some crosses for Julie.
Mm-hmm.
I like the color. You know, it looks a little bit more sophisticated than some of the older houses. Let's see if there's any more. Okay, so this is the HOH room, I'm assuming. Okay, I see where you're coming from with like a Big Brother feel, at least this previous Big Brother Canada was that kind of icy blue.
Yeah, but there's some like deeper tones, I feel like, than Big Brother Canada, which actually is nicer for me anyway. Like deeper blues and just more contrasting. I like the walls. Those like little ice blocks with the different colors or whatever.
Yeah.
I can see.
I guess because it's the winter edition.
Like in a little igloo.
Yeah, a little.
This is kind of cute.
Is that a face? Is that a face on the bathtub? Snowman or something?
That's what it seems like to me.
A little polar bear?
What is that?
Maybe. Or like
is that a bear?
Bear?
We're just seeing things now. Oh, maybe.
I mean,
it looks like a face.
Yeah.
It looks like. I mean, it always looked like a face to me.
If it's not meant to be, then like they.
Someone messed up here. Okay, from another angle. This looks good.
Show us the stairs. Where are you, stairs?
I don't know if it's on this one. Maybe not.
Oh, man.
Well, that's silly. Why would you show us the stairs? It's been such a big point of contention with everybody so far. Just like, where's the stairs? Let's see if I can. Slideshow. Is that risky?
Oh, maybe. Terrified now.
I mean, the thing for me is like I like being taken away from my current like atmosphere of where I'm at. So if I'm in the dead of winter, I don't necessarily want to see the dead of winter on my screen.
Yeah.
You know, but remember, these people are from California where it's always 75 degrees. So they're getting that experience.
I'm just saying for myself, I'm like okay with it being like if there was palm trees still or like it's just like,
okay, let's see if I can get the stairs. Can you still see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
stairs. Come on.
Oh, there's something really creepy in one of the bedrooms too. That's like hanging off the wall. Very frightening. Some like wooden, Muppet.
Come on.
A chilling aesthetic.
Ooh. Oh, is this
There's
the stairs you're talking about?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I mean, these. Okay, I thought that they were going to be like kind of like how Big Brother Canada has it just down like kind of one side. I thought it was going to be sort of like that, but I don't mind this. It still has spiral kind of feel, like going up the side of the wall
Streaming
there.
now on ctv.ca.
Oh my God, what's streaming now? What is that?
Important stuff they're going to remember for the rest of their lives.
That's actually really scared me.
No.
I like those stairs, though. I like them.
I like the stairs too. Is this the fridge that you're talking about?
We can't tell from this angle. This is not the photo that I saw head on of the stairs.
How do you open that fridge?
Come up. Oh, that's pretty.
I mean,
like the little
this house looks pretty good.
Little snowflake. This is that. Look at that fridge.
It just looks like they put money into it. Like, whereas I feel like BB Cannon doesn't necessarily. I mean, it doesn't.
I can't.
Yeah, I guess it just needs to be maybe like banged out.
Or just replace.
Or replace. I mean, do they move in yet?
Yes, I think so.
The kitchen is
nice. They
nice.
just throw it. It's fine.
Yeah.
This looks
12.
nice too. Yeah, this is pretty good. Well, maybe there was supposed to be 12 and then they canceled, or maybe there's a surprise.
That like looks like cerulean, which is my favorite color from what I can see. So
yeah, it is pretty.
I mean, I'm enjoying this. Wait, this is different. Is that? Did we have another living room look, or is that a different living room?
That was, I think, the upstairs loft.
Oh, right. By the washroom.
Like nominees in the orange chair.
This is a little bit of an eyesore, in my opinion, but
I like it. It's
a little clashy, yeah. And it kind of reminds me of a roulette wheel.
Oh, I can see that. Ski theme.
Okay, so this is, I mean, I like it though. Yeah, it does kind of have a chalet kind of feel to it. I mean, it's kind of bright for chalet, but I think it looks pretty good.
I think the orange is like the fire and stuff, and like a little fire pit or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that is cute. That is a fire pit in the middle.
I like the color of these chairs. These are really nice. Yeah, I'm happy with it. All right. Well, that looks good so far. Thanks, Jojo, for suggesting we take a little bit look-see at the new house. It is actually kind of nice. Definitely nicer than it has been in some years, for sure. Okay, let's go back to these comments, and then we're going to get into our draft picks. Wait, Ellie does say, I'm glad that they got rid of the spiral staircase. Yes. Miranda did not have a baby. I think iCarly season 2 is filming at the moment. Okay. It was obvious that Todrick used the cast of BB23 to get on this show. His casting reeked of desperation. Shots fired.
Oof.
I think he confused her with Colleen Bollinger, who played Miranda Sings.
I did.
Oh, Miranda Sings is pregnant. Yes, yeah. I've seen that.
That is, yep.
Also, Todrick allegedly underpaid all of his dancers. Okay, so what you're saying that? Sorry, what happened? What's the tea there?
He doesn't pay his dancers, backup dancers. He owes lots of people money, allegedly.
Why? He's always looking for new dancers to DM me if you're in LA this week, and we can come and shoot with me. Blah blah blah. But no like mention of pay.
Oh, so he just finds people that he thinks are doing it free and collaborating, as opposed to like paying them what they're worth.
Guess so.
Not great. Yes, he was the bull. Yes, I mean he was pretty good at the bull.
If you remember in Masked Singer 2, they talked about it's kind of like a diva moment where he asked his trailer to be moved because he could hear the skunk that was next to him, and he knew it was like Faith Evans, and he just was like really intimidated by that, and so like he had his trailer moved. Diva.
Hey.
Diva. That makes sense. Thank God none of the Ballingers are on. I don't know who these people are.
Oh, I like Colleen. gonna say it. She's great.
Can you
would
do
love
Really,
an
I honestly
impression?
don't mind to see Colleen. I don't know who
From
Colleen is.
Miranda Sings.
Can you do Miranda sings? You do an
Oh, good. Offhand,
hard,
no.
right? It's hard,
There's-
right?
I'm trying to think of her isms.
So
No.
Joseph
Not
says he needed BB23 to be Kumbaya just so he could be on the show. Hannah Chada was on Girl, Let's Agree to Disagree last night. Looked like she is house sitting for Todrick for most of BB23 did, or is at the moment. Okay, so they're still there, or they're back there while he's on the show. Like, it's just
Hannah.
the timing. So I love the kitchen too. Okay, and I like the sauna room and the cuckoo room, and Sarah's here too. Hi, Sarah. If you're still here, I saw that you're going live soon, so I'll try to get off so soon so we can come and pop on and hang out in your live as well. Yes, 3 All-Stars together, baby, together. Yay. All right, so, well, I mean, I know it was the bathtub, but it looked like it had a face on the wall.
It absolutely has a face. Intentional or not, it has a face.
Mm-hmm.
Why would someone take a bath in live feeds? A bath in bikinis? That used to happen back in the day all the time.
Remember, like Jed and Ty, though? That was great content. And Beth trying to jump in there, too.
A little bathing suit on. Good to go.
Yep.
I definitely would be taking a bath. It's just like something to do. And I like baths. Okay, so let's get into this draft. So no winner of a previous draft is here right now. I mean, I did win Survivor, not just saying, but for Big Brother, Jojo, you came in second. You had Aza, and you had Big D. So I would say that out of the three of us, you should either go first or choose the order. And who goes first. And I think we should go male, female, male, like, all the way back and forth. So you could also choose if that person is starting with male or female.
Okay, I like that.
So what's your decision? It's going to be a snake draft. So the person that's third will be fourth with the opposite sex of the person.
Okay, I'm going to get Jonathan to go first.
And then,
so when I flop, it's even like, you'd be like, oh, yeah, first pick.
Well, there it is. Jonathan, me, then you.
Okay, and is Jonathan starting with male or female?
He can start with a female.
Okay, so there's only 5, right?
Yep.
Oh shoot, that's annoying. I forgot about that. I thought it was even, but it's anyways. Actually, it doesn't really matter. It'll be fine.
I don't know any of them except for one.
Same.
So I'm gonna do a blind pick here, and go with. Oh gosh, I don't know. I feel like Teddy maybe has some edge. I don't really know. I don't know who these people are. Who's the figure? Isn't there figure skater? The Olympian?
Yes, that's Murray Nagasu is the figure skater.
Okay, let's do that.
Oh, good choice.
That's your picking?
Yes.
All right. I wanted to pull up people's photos, but it seems like my internet doesn't want to allow me this today. So I'll just hold up a picture of her right now. So this is Jonathan's first pick. So she's a figure skater. She's the first female figure skater, I believe, from the USA that was able to land a triple axel in competition. So I feel like she's very young, but I do feel like people won't be targeting her. So I can see her kind of getting her footing, no pun intended, and maybe hanging in the background for a little bit.
And she has to be competitive because she, plays sports. And people like, people who are sport associated, I guess, I don't know, not me. But, and I just think she's going to be more lower key, like you said, someone who I think Todrick perhaps will gather and be want to use as a number and could maybe sneak a win. So I think some of the other women are going to be more outspoken and just easier targets. So that's why I would pick her.
Yeah, she also mentioned being like definitely a people pleaser as an athlete, and that she's like used to competing by herself, but she would love to like be in some sort of team. And she also has a connection to Todrick and Carson because she was a guest judge on Drag Race. So
I don't even remember that. Okay.
all three of them,
remember
I
it
guess
either.
it was season 12, season 11 or season 12. I don't remember which one it was, but so there is a connection for her right away when she walks in the doors. And I really like, she even said like money calls her name. I think that's a great pick. She's one to watch.
One to watch. It looks like I'm frozen, but I can still hear you, so you can probably still hear me. So, Jojo, who's your first lady pick?
Oh, lady. Okay. My first lady pick is going to be Shauna. I'm not sure how to say her name. She's the actress, former Miss USA.
Well, yeah, the Barkers. Meet the Barkers.
Yeah, she's a self-proclaimed super fan. She also loves Survivor. She's going in to win, but she also said like, well, in my opinion, she seemed really self-aware and super self-aware. Though I don't think she looks like that. She's stunning photo.
That's
No offense to Shauna. And she said like she's great at puzzles, great at mind games.
I think she's going to be there to play for sure.
Yeah.
But she's not going to put up with people's crap. So I wonder if she's able to like, how that's going to rub people. Is she going to rub people the wrong way, or is she going to be like really cool and able to kind of really get in with them? I don't know. I think she's capable of all of it. So
she has a connection with Carson. They both hosted some Miss USA pageant together in like 2008, and the Kardashian connection too. I think she was married to Travis Baker, so I'm sure her and Omar, or is that his name? No, Lamar. I'm sure they'll have that connection too, the Kardashian connection. So the person doing the feeds is going to be like, quiet, mute.
Yeah, that's the only thing that like it's kind of annoying about any of these like the celebrity seasons is like I want to hear if she's pissed off at Travis because apparently 10 years ago, like that's how long ago they broke up. It was a little bit worrisome. She thought she had a crush on Kim. And now he's married or he's engaged to Kim's sister. So I would be a little bit like kind of like, oh, so maybe I was wrong maybe with the person, but there was something going on back in the day when we were together. So I would love to hear a little bit of that tea kind of spill out and maybe gossiping a little bit with Lamar, who was married to Khloe Kardashian. So I would hope that we can hear some of that tea, and I will be really annoyed if it's all just bleeped out and we get the I don't know if it's going to be cats or whatever it is, the music.
It's true.
Okay, so those are my first two picks, so that's annoying. I think though that I'm not that excited about this person, but I think that she may do a decent job. So I'm going to go with Cynthia Bailey as my first pick here. Reason being is that she's a housewife of Atlanta. She was on this season for 11 years. The problem with I think her as a potential winner is that I can see her not being strategic, but I do like the fact that she's been on reality TV. She does stir some trouble sometimes. So she likes playing games where it's like, who do you think is like the prettiest girl here? Or who do you think is the shadiest person here? And they go around and it causes a little bit of drama. So she does like playing those shady games. So hopefully she'll be entertaining. And that she can make a lot of friends that way. I'm not sure if she's going to be a winner, but I think out of the women left, I think she would be the most likely winner out of all of them. I'm sure you guys don't know anything about her, but what do you guys think?
I really liked her. I really liked her in the US Weekly interviews that I watched. What stood out to me was the fact that she said she wants to be flexible, She wants to slide and forth between other players. And she knows Candy and Tamara, and she was rooting for both of them. And they both gave her a lot of advice for the game. So I know it's not like she's never seen the show. She's interested. She's invested. I'm sure she's competitive. She mentioned being competitive. And she said she wants to be very helpful, which I thought that was very interesting. And I think she wants to play with girls. She kept talking about how she would want her closest allies, like she would want her to be very trustworthy and her to have a lot of integrity and like be a team player.
She would have been my second pick. I think that she's in a good position with just kind of who she probably knows in the house, and I think she can kind of work with the guys and the girls. And I don't think, you know, like Todrick will probably rope in his Drag Race alum members, and you know, might try to start his own cookout thing as well. And so I feel like, you know, I do anticipate Todrick really dictating a lot of this, how it's going to go this season myself. And when I envision that, I picture some people on the outs, and I don't think she's on the outset by any means. So I feel like she's a good pick.
She also mentioned at one point that in her lifetime that Todd Bridges was her first celebrity crush.
Oh.
Which is really cute. I don't know if she's single
fun.
or not, but that's a cute connection. And I think she hung out with Lamar in September. There was some photo of the two of them together, so they are acquaintances or friendly. I'm not sure what the relationship is, but she's going in like with some sort of.
Yeah, I like that. I like that she's done a little bit of homework. I like that she has connections with Tamar and with Candy. Obviously being on the Housewives of Atlanta with Candy Burgess is definitely good to have that person kind of in your back pocket, as like she was probably the best player of season 2. She just didn't end up winning. So I'm happy then that she might have gotten some advice from those women. I'm just hoping that she's going to be entertaining and people want to have her around. I did find her a little bit moody when I watched her on the Real Housewives Girl Trip. She was just kind of like, she always kind of wants to latch onto one person and has like a best friend and then do everything together with them. And if that person has maybe other alliance members or is making connections with other people, she gets kind of jealous and a little bit sour about it. So I'm hoping that she won't throw a little bit of a tantrum and ruin her connections for the fact that she gets jealous. So we'll see how she does. I have high hopes for her though. So my first male pick is, I think I'm just going to go with Carson.
Oh, good pick.
So I'm going with Carson Kressley. We know him pretty well. Obviously, he's a judge on RuPaul's Drag Race. He was part of the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He's all over the place. Does a lot of commercials. I think that he is pretty well versed and well oiled machine when it comes to the reality TV personality. And I just feel like people won't want to get rid of him. I feel like he will be able to make friends with people, and people will find him entertaining enough to want to keep him in the game. He has the connection with Todrick, and also with Murray, if you're saying that might be a thing. So he might be set up really well, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has connections with other people. We just don't know about it for the fact that like he's a celebrity stylist. So he's probably met all these people or been around them or whatnot. So I just feel like people are not going to want to get rid of him, and he might be able to get at least the final 3. So I have high hopes for Carson.
Yeah, there's the Bravo connection between him and Teddy and Cynthia. And like I said earlier, he hosted that pageant with Shayna, Todrick, obviously Drag Race. So I think he's probably the most connected person going in. And he's even said himself, he wants to work with people that he knows outside of the game because he knows them already. And he's going in pretty set. And he also really wants to win. Like he said, he's going to do anything to win. He will take the person that he can beat at the end. And
he probably got some advice from Ross, right? Ross was, I would think, would be the best player that made it quite far in season 1. And so if you got any advice from him, I think that he can do well. Jonathan, do you think so?
Yeah, he was.
He sounded shocked that I chose him.
He was top 2 for me. I want him or I'm not gonna say who because
Jojo's next.
But I wanted he was either my first or my second, and I hadn't decided yet. But I think he will. I think it's almost a guarantee he'll make it to final 3. Almost a guarantee.
I feel that way too. Cool. Thanks, guys, for being happy with my picks. Yes.
Good one.
Okay, so Jojo, male pick, please.
This is tough. I'm really choosing between 2 people, and I think I'm going to pick Todrick.
Yeah, you kind of got to do it.
I mean,
we know all the reasons why.
Yeah.
I don't particularly want him to win, unfortunately, just for the fact that, like, I don't know. We're a little bit saturated by him. We saw, like, we already talked about the fact that he was on Masked Singer, like he was just all over the place with the after Big Brother 23. So I'm kind of a little bit tired of him a little bit, but hopefully he'll bring something different to the house.
Yeah, I really want him to do great and not be the worst. So let's hope that we get that.
What were you gonna say, Jonathan?
Well, that photo looks like there's some filler. But I was going to say that when I flop, I'll just have you know that someone else forced me to go first and pick out of 5 women who I don't know. And then I have the last pick on the guys. So I'm just saying, when I flop, not my fault. He would have been my other.
You just got to win one of these so you get some power, Jonathan.
He would have been my other pick, of course. I mean, if I don't know who would take Todrick out. I don't think there's someone there who would. Maybe like a Carson at the end. Maybe a Chris Kirkpatrick. If Chris Kirkpatrick somehow could survive till the end, and he's a gamer, perhaps, then maybe he will. But I think a lot of people are going to sit there and do nothing, and Todrick won't run that house with Carson. So I feel like that's another top 2 or 3 pick for me. Absolutely.
Also, just realize that there's Todrick, Todd, Teddy, Chris K, and Chris K.
They're not being very diverse. There's not a lot of diversity in the names here. No, not at all. Not at all. Also, with Todrick, I do like that he knows the game to a certain extent, and I think that he's going to want to win, and people are going to expect him to win or do at least quite well. So I'm excited to see anybody that wants to be a bit of a gamer.
Yeah.
So it's a very good pick. I would have had him on my team if we weren't doing a draft in this way. All right, Jonathan, you're going to get the next male pick, and then you can choose either male or female for your third and final pick.
Gotcha. Let's go with. So I'm deciding between 2, so I'm just going to pick both of them. And they're going to be both male.
Okay.
Because I don't really know the women, and I usually root for women, but I guess, Mom, I have one. So let's go with. I was debating between Todd Bridges and Chris Kirkpatrick. My second pick is going to be Todd. Although I think that he can, he's been around this industry for so long. There has to be, he knows. I'm sure he knows people. He's been on these. Wasn't he on This Real Life or something? He knows, these types of shows. And although I feel like I've seen him, or maybe it was like Help, I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of There, whatever. He was on something like that. And I feel like he's done these before.
Was it Celebrity Rehab? And that's no shade.
Oh my God, it might have been.
With Dr. Drew? No, it wasn't. No. I've seen all those. I don't think he was on that. But, so he, although I like feel like, he's someone who could get in hot water with people because he's not just going to, I don't know. I'm just going to say that I think he's in a better position overall than more so than many other people who are just going to sit there and do nothing. And yeah, that's what I feel. So I think he'll get along with a core group. I see him as maybe like 5th place.
Okay.
I can see that happening. The one thing I worry about him is that he doesn't seem to care that much. I don't know if he's going to have the drive of a winner, but I also don't necessarily see people wanting to come after him.
He has the drive of finances, and I think the longer you're there, the more money you get. So
that's possible too. He wants The money.
People like no offense, Todd. I mean, you're very famous. We all know you. But I don't know you all do all these reality shows. You've been doing them for like 15, 20 years. I don't think, he's not a lead in film or TV or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people.
Former sitcom star. Former.
Yeah.
The keyword. He mentioned being like
he might have a new show coming on after this. We'll never know. It might revitalize his career.
He talked about being a good loser and a gracious winner, but he also said that he generally doesn't like people. So stuck in a house with 10 other folks, maybe not the best spot for him.
Thanks, Adrian. Mariah. Okay, thank you.
Still don't know her, but she's on my team.
She's on your team. Mariah.
Right.
And then who's your final pick?
Oh, so I mean, okay. I'm gonna go with Chris Kirkpatrick. You know why? Because I think he might surprise me.
Yeah.
I think he might be someone who's able to really buddy up with a few of the other ones and really kind of make it to the end. And he's that guy who I see on these other shows where I'm not rooting for, or the other seasons, but he gets there somehow and ends up winning. So he's a little bit more of a wild card for me. I can definitely see him kind of being middle of the pack, but if he plays his cards right and truly plays the game, I could see him sneaking his way in there somehow to the end. So yeah. Is anyone gonna make a bye joke or anything? Because
I wasn't, but
I couldn't stop staring at him and then back at you, Jonathan, and thinking like, wow, he's like your older cousin of like 20 years.
I'd love to see Jonathan with those like red dread braids that he had back in the day. Maybe that's your Halloween costume.
Chris Kirkpatrick.
That's called cultural appropriation. I'm not doing that. So
how is that cultural appropriation when it's just gonna be braids and it's gonna be red braids?
Not doing it. Not doing it. Can't commit.
Dreads maybe, but red braids. I think you'll be okay.
No, his look from before was more than just red braids. It was like. Yeah,
quite a bit.
I'm not doing
Glasses.
that. I'm not doing that.
Now, out of all of the NSYNC people, I know him the least, of course, and I think I knew him the least at the time. Like, I don't even remember him being part of the band as I know it. But I am happy that he is somewhat of a fan, even though, Jojo, do you want to read that article that you sent me? It's troublesome.
Oh, I won't. Oh, just about who his favorite players were?
Yeah.
He said that he likes everyone's favorite, Derek, who I'm assuming is Big Brother 16 and not 23. Xavier was his favorite player from last season, and Jack from Big Brother 20.
No, Jackson Mickey.
Yeah. But he also mentioned it being the Nashville connection, and he also thought Ian was nerdy and liked Ian. So, not my most favorite folks, but he also has a Lance connection. Lance Bass is a huge Big Bro fan, part of NSYNC as well. I'm sure they've spoken about it quite a bit. And he said he loves mind games and he loves playing games in general. And his best advice was to listen. So those are all pretty good points to make before going in the house. But he also said that he jokes around too much. So that could also be an issue. We shall see. Literally.
We shall. All right, Jojo, your final pick.
And just one more good connection. Chris Kattan actually impersonated Chris Kirkpatrick on SNL back in the late 90s.
Oh my God.
So that is an interesting connection to have. I thought that was fun. And Todrick and Chris Kirkpatrick are both friends with Lance Bass. So maybe there could be a little boy band love in there.
I mean, maybe they'll do something entertainment wise. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they'll do little tasks or just like things to keep them entertained. So hopefully Todrick will choreograph something because he is quite fabulous when he did before he was super famous when he was doing those Disney videos. I thought they were pretty amazing. So if you could figure out how to do something with some of the talent in the house, that would be really fun.
We'd love that.
Into it.
Okay, one more.
So your final pick.
Oh, I think I'm gonna go with you know what? There's two that I'm debating between, but I'm gonna go with Teddy Mellencamp.
Okie dokie.
She said she watched a little bit back in the day, but once casting started talking about Big Brother in general, she jumped on the bandwagon and watched every single episode of every season. That's what she said anyway.
I don't believe her, but like, cool.
Yeah. I'm sure you watched 4 seasons. Good for you.
I have a quick question about her.
Yeah.
Is she independently famous, or is this just like known as like this
Well,
daughter?
her father is famous, and
Yeah,
then she's on the Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Oh,
and
she's
sort
housewife.
of, and she's like a health guru of some kind.
I don't watch the Housewives. So
I think that's what she's like transitioned into, like since
I
leaving.
think though it's become like a lot of people are upset with her about her health choices, because I think she talks about having it's either like a 600 or 800 calorie diet a day, and they're just like that's too little for any human being. So,
well, maybe she will
that's
struggle
something.
then in the physical
Well, or
challenge.
she'll just love the slop, right?
Well, just love the slop. I thought she was really warm, and I liked her in her video. Yeah, so she'll be my last choice, Teddy.
I mean, I don't have much to say about Teddy. I don't know her that well out of all the house wives. She doesn't make that much of a splash. Her dad is, I believe, John Mellencamp. So she's lived like in the famous world, like, you know, daughter of like a rock star or whatever type of music he plays. But, you know, she is a daughter of a really famous person, and then she's a celebrity in her own right because of the Housewives. But she wouldn't be my pick of the Housewives that like she would be probably at the bottom out of all the franchises. Like, I don't think I would ever choose her as to be on Celebrity Big Brother. There's so many other women that like I would be very excited by. So I mean, I was gonna pick her next anyway, so I totally understand your rationale for doing it. Did I pull her up so people can see what she looked like? What's going on here? Come on, Teddy. Let's see you. So
I also love the name Teddy. It's a great name.
It's cute. It is cute. For whatever reason, I can't. Okay, here we go. Yay! Everybody gets a picture of Teddy.
Kind of a Denise Richards look. Denise Richards would have been great for Celebrity Big Brother.
Like, she would have been better, and they were on seasons together. You know what I mean? And like they kind of, I can't remember their storyline, but
Denise Richards is also an actor as well, so there's more of a base of fandom there. So
yeah,
Wild Things.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so that's a great pick, though. I still think out of who's left, I actually don't know who to go for next.
Well, so there's 3 left over.
So left that we have is Chris Kattan, Lamar Odom, and Misha Tate. Is that it? Oh my god.
Yeah, those are the final 3.
I will say with
watch that be the final 3. I'll die.
With Chris Kattan, I have seen play in a reality show where he would like had issues getting out of the room and on set on time. Like they like aired that, and it wasn't during like he was sober, apparently, supposedly, and he just couldn't get up. And I forget what show it was, but Gilbert Gottfried was on it too. What was he on? I don't know. But yeah, there was. I would just remember that there was like he was just. I just picture him laying in bed all day and doing nothing. So I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's gonna be awful. I'm sorry, but Chris, like his answers were all he doesn't know anything about the game.
And then with Lamar, I feel like he's also like not going to be there to be like I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be a big player in the game and just kind of there as well.
He wants to be.
I'm not trying to influence your decision. I'm just
no. I mean, we have to talk through all these people, of course. So yeah, with Lamar, he did play on the same team as Meta World Peace. I just don't know. I mean, hopefully he's competitive, but I just don't know if he is the get if you want to have a former NBA player. I feel like there's some NBA players that are actually fans of the game and the show. I just don't see him being a fan. I purely see him coming on to get a paycheck, and that's
Endorsement.
and maybe some. No, I don't think there'll be endorsements because he's just kind of.
That's what he wants. He literally talked about wanting endorsements after this.
I mean, he's had a little bit of a checkered past to be able to do that right now, but maybe it'll help rehabilitate his image. So I just don't see him going to be a big player. I don't see him winning. I don't see him being able to do that. And then the last is Misha Tate, who is a UFC fighter. So she's going to be kind of badass. But I just don't know anything about her. But I'm going to take her.
Same. I don't know anything about her either.
If I were you, I would take her too.
I don't know anything about her. But maybe, like, remember last season, Lolo Jones and that wrestler kind of got along pretty well, and she ended up being a decent player. So hopefully, she will be great at competitions.
That wrestler's also part of isn't she like one of the sisters, and she was like dating John Cena and all that stuff? Like
different people.
Is that different people?
That's the Nikki. That's the Bella twins. The Bella twins. None of them were on Big Brother.
Who are we talking about then?
The purple hair girl. I don't know her name though. I can't remember.
It's not one of the twins though.
Oh my god, that's what I'm remembering in my head that it was. So
maybe she's competed with them or something, but it's not one of the twins.
I'll have to look it up now.
I will say what I really did like about her, in both written and the video interviews that I saw with her, she said she wants to have fun, take day by day. She knows she's going to be a physical threat. She's very self-aware, and she's worried that she might be overestimated. So she watched zero Big Brother before being cast, but then like immersed herself in the world. She said she's a very forward person, but she really wants to like find people she can trust. She really loved the way that Ross Matthews played. And she wants to find an ally that has the opposite strengths as she does. So she said she wants to be able to go in, look at I think she's got a brain and will use it, and I think she'll be really physical.
So who do you think she would choose that would be opposite to her that potentially she could have an alliance with?
She is the only person that doesn't have a tie to someone else in this.
Well, who do you think that she would gravitate towards? Maybe Mariah?
Maybe some athletes. I think an athlete would be a good choice for her, especially if like they're working out together. She said like she's not going to be upset if people come in and want to like she'll run the workouts. Could definitely see that, but I mean like she's a former UFC champion, so she might want to hook up with Lamar. She might want to hook up with Mariah.
We'll see. They're not like Lamar. I liked Lamar on his little spin-off show with Chloe. Like he was kind of fun. I just don't know if he's going to be the same fun guy after he did have a time where he had to learn how to walk again because of what he was doing with his body. So I just don't know if he's going to be the same person. So I hope that he is. I hope that he's entertaining. I hope that he makes a connection with her and they link up and they run the house. That would be pretty surprising and amazing. I just don't know if I see that happening. I don't.
No. I mean, maybe someone like Carson or someone like Todrick, someone she might, I don't know. I see her and maybe her and Mirai. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, Adrian feels as though your team is either going to run the game or crash and burn like Jonathan and Shannon Elizabeth.
Perfect.
True. So just to recall this, actually, Donut has something to say. So Todrick winning would be so predictable. We already have to listen to alumni hype him up so much. Yeah, yeah, fine, Todrick win, but it would be so underwhelming. Absolutely. So to reiterate, Jonathan has Mariah, Todd Bridges, and Chris Kirkpatrick. Jojo has Shanna Moeller, I think your last name is, like Todrick Hall, and Teddy Mellencamp. And I have Carson Kressley, Cynthia Bailey, and Misha Tate. So people in the chat, what do you think we should do with the 2 players that were not drafted? So that was Lamar Odom and Chris Kattan. Do you think that we should give them to you guys, the audience, to have a little skin in the game? Or do you think that as we lose a player, if it's not one of those 2 players, we could add it onto our team for obviously the first 2 or so eliminations? What do you think? What do you guys think?
I think Sarah should take them.
Yeah, they're Sarah's. Perfect.
Sarah? Well, I'm going to go and jump into her live right now and see what she's up to. So you want to give it to the audience then, you mean? Or just give it to Sarah?
Jelly Donuts, have them. Adrian, whoever wants
one
them.
For Sarah, one for David.
Aww.
Oh,
okay, hold on. We have some info about Misha. Okay, Misha is a UFC fighter and a podcaster. Okay, that's fun. At Sirius XM, she will be a comp beast. Her backstory will be inspiring. Okay, inspiration's fun. She left the UFC in 2016 at the height of her popularity due to a bad relationship with boyfriend Brian Caraway. I don't know who that is. She worked on herself and is happy with Johnny Nunez, fellow fighter. They have 3 kids. Oh, I didn't know she had kids. Holy.
cute.
Wow. Okay. That's inspiring so far. She came back to UFC in 2021. That's impressive. Never mind. I picked her. Yes, I did. In the end. Also, did you hear about Robin from the challenge? So sad. Yes, I have been seeing reports about poor Robin. I don't know if you guys have seen, but she's kind of on the streets, heroin addict, unable to feed her children right now, begging on Facebook for people to send money her way so she can have a place to sleep or eat or something. I'll send you some of the clips. It's pretty sad. Pretty sad. Okay, so you guys don't, I guess our chat doesn't care. So the chat, you guys get our final 2 players. So Lamar and Chris Kattan are for the audience and entertainment. Well, I thought that was great, guys. I love hearing your guys' take. For considering we didn't know that much about this cast, I thought we talked a decent amount about them. We kind of learned a little bit. Who do you guys think has the best team? I know everybody's going to say their own, but it's not yours.
Oh, that's not mine. My first pick was Jonathan's first pick, but I think the better team is Chantal's.
See, I think that's the same thing, the crash and burn thing. I think that Jonathan is really good with Mariah. I think that that's a good pick. Chris Kirkpatrick could be really good, but he could also be really bad. So I think I'm going to give Jonathan a little bit of the edge here because I don't know if Teddy is going to be doing anything. And like, if Todrick is doing all of the work, people might want to get him out. You know, people might be like, you're doing too much. You're doing too much.
I'm okay with that.
So I'm going to give Jonathan the edge here for the fact that I think he has people that might be able to get further more easily.
Fair enough.
Jonathan, you thoughts?
Yeah, just because I think it's going to be one of those. Hold on, who is Todrick? Jojo?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be one of those seasons. I think he's going to run away with it. So I'm going to give it to you.
I was debating between him and Carlson.
Carson's a great choice. Carson first out of the boys, for sure.
My other choice was obviously going to be Todrick, but I was like, but do I really want a Todrick win? So that's kind of why.
Like my perfect team, if you let me just pick whoever I wanted, would have been Carson, Todrick to cover that, and then probably still my girl that I have. Yeah,
that's pretty good. That's great. I think would be a really strong threesome. I definitely think Mariah is.
It can go a couple ways. We just need to see them. Like, it'll be interesting once they're in the house and we see them after a couple days, and then we'll be able to really know how good or bad our selects are. So we'll see.
So I'm going to make up a little draft sheet. They'll make a little post for us so we can see who's doing well and whatnot. And as the season goes on, we can remove them from the board. I'll be doing my best to go live after every episode. If I'm not live on here, I'll be live with Sarah, or I'll be live with Rob the podcast. I'm sure I'll be live somewhere on the internet webs after every episode, and hopefully when we're live on Reality Realness, one of these two will be hanging out with me. Fingers crossed. So do you guys have anything coming up that you want to share with the people before we say sayonara?
Absolutely not. No, nothing.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
Jonathan's absolutely not. Well, you guys know the drill. Subscribe. We're trying to build a community of people that love watching reality TV, and we can't do it without you. Thank you so much, everybody in the chat. It's always great having your contributions and giving us more information when we don't have all the facts. And to remember, happy birthday, Rylan.
Where is his birthday wishes? He's 5.
Bonne fête à toi, bonne fête à toi, bonne fête, bonne fête, bonne fête à toi, bonne fête, Rylan. And see you guys, I guess, on Wednesday. Yay! Bye, everybody. Thank you.